Bar chords suck. Plain and simple. They can be buzzy, they hurt your hand. There's a plethora of problems with bar chords. So what I have for you today is an exercise that will help you develop strength in your index finger, the foundation of all bar chords. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you 3 different playthroughs so that you can graduate through the exercise and get the most benefit possible. All that right after this. This acoustic guitar quick win is brought to you by Tony'sAcousticChallenge.com. Today is all about limbering up your index finger so that it is a more functional member of performing bar chords. Functional member of the fretting fingers, if you will. Yes, 3 Fs. I know it's a lot to handle. And speaking of Fs, one of the bar chords we're going to target is an F chord. But first, before we even deal with any shape, we've got to limber up your index finger. And what I'm talking about here is understanding how the fingers feel across the index finger, since we're actually going to be fretting all 6 strings with one finger. And I know it sounds like a lot, but I'll walk you through this. It's no problem once you understand the dynamics of actually what to do here. But the idea behind this exercise that I'm about to show you is that we're getting the index finger used to feeling the pressure of the strings. We're kind of experimenting with the index finger so that we understand not only how the strings feel, but also where the best points are so we get good string contact and we can fret the strings accurately and get a good, clean tone. We're actually going to start by barring all of the strings across the first fret. And that means our index finger is responsible for the low E string all the way on through the high E string. Now I will encourage you to roll your index finger kind of towards the outside like so, as that's going to create a harder fretting surface. And of course this is something you can experiment with during this exercise. Now you'll notice during the exercise that my other fingers are going to be helping out significantly. That's okay, because during this exercise we're just trying to get a feel for the index finger fretting all the strings. We're not trying to build all this strength. We're just kind of experimenting and seeing where our index finger is most comfortable and, of course, how it feels to fret with the entire index finger. So during this exercise, my pinky, ring, and middle are actually helping out my index finger. And you'll see that I'm going to be kind of going to treat my index finger as a button. I'll push it to get sound and then release it to cut off the sound. And so with that said, let me get on to the exercise here. Again, barring that entire first fret, we're going to do a downstroke on the E string, the A string, the D string, the G, the B, and the high E. And of course, I'm going to actually cut off the note after I pick it. This is a technique called staccato, but I'm doing this so you can really get a feel for what pressure is necessary to get the note to sound, and then also how much pressure to lift off to get the sound to cut off. So again, the first series of this particular exercise, on the first fret, it's going to sound like this. We're going to do downstrokes on the quarter note. So if I was to count, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Once you reach that high E string, you're going to move your index finger over a fret to the second fret, and then just do the reverse, starting on the high E, going to the B, going to the G, the D, the A, and the low E. So that would be what I would call, I guess, the second series. You have an ascending one on the first fret and a descending one on the second fret. So let's look at that whole combination there. So again, starting on the first fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now again, this is a very non-musical exercise, but we're not to the point where we're going to try and throw a bar chord in or anything like that. We're just getting a feel for what it feels like to bar with the index finger. That's the underlying theme of this entire exercise. Get a comfort for how much pressure is necessary to get good solid tone, and also get a comfort for what's necessary to diminish that tone or choke it off. In this case, we're using that staccato technique. So now we're doing the first and second fret. That's our first series. The next series goes to the third and fourth. We'll do the ascending portion on the third fret. and then the descending portion on the 4th fret. Whoops. And then the same thing on the 5th and the 6th fret. And quite frankly, you can use it, you can go all the way up the neck if you want to. But the reason I'm having you start on the 1st and 2nd fret is, generally speaking, because of neck relief, our neck is bowed just ever so slightly, it's actually going to be easier on the 1st and 2nd fret, get a little bit more complicated on the 3rd and the 4th, and then even more complicated on the 5th and the 6th. And I want you to get a feel for how different areas of the neck feel against that barring index finger. I hope you really dug this lesson, and if it helped you out, please let me know by leaving a comment below. And of course, if I forgot anything that would help your fellow guitar players out, you can put that below as well. And one more thing. If you like this lesson, you're absolutely going to love my 5-day acoustic guitar challenge. It's a brand new acoustic guitar exercise delivered to your inbox for 5 days straight. It's going to help bolster brand new techniques, really ramp up your practice habit, and give you stuff to add to your playing nearly immediately. All you have to do to sign up is click the link in the description or here in the video, and within 10 seconds you could be playing your very first acoustic guitar challenge exercise. I hope you try it out, and I can't wait to see you on the next lesson. If you like this lesson, you're absolutely going to love my 5-day acoustic guitar challenge. It's a brand new acoustic guitar exercise delivered to your inbox for 5 days straight. It's going to help bolster brand new techniques, really ramp up your practice habit, and give you stuff to add to your playing nearly immediately. All you have to do to sign up is click the link in the description or here in the video, and within 10 seconds you could be playing your very first acoustic guitar challenge exercise. I hope you try it out, and I can't wait to see you on the next lesson.